Hey guys, I'm Jamie. I've got a meditation today where we're going to be focusing on the phases of the moon and using that as a metaphor for the phases that we all move through in our lives. So this is a great meditation for relaxation. It's a great meditation to use when maybe you're struggling a little bit with where you are in your life and feeling a little bit stuck or a little bit stagnant. It just helps to remind us that we are all on a path and there's always movement occurring, even when it doesn't feel like it. So go ahead and get yourself really comfortable. You can do that in a seat, you can lay down. Just might depend on your situation, where you are, what you're able to do, but get as comfy as you can. And if you can, close your eyes if it's comfortable for you. And if not, maybe just find a nice soft gaze with your eyes and just start to settle your body. You can begin to let your breath become a little bit slower and a little bit deeper. You can take your time with that. You don't need to be breathing really deep right away. Let that be a phase, a process, phases that we go through with the breath as it slowly becomes a little deeper and a little softer. Letting your muscles relax so your body becomes heavier. Tension melt away, letting your face relax, your shoulders, your fingers and your toes. Every part of your body dropping in, settling and relaxing just a little bit more. Let your attention rest on your breath as it flows in and out through your nose. Feeling the air as it passes through your nostrils. Noticing the quality of the breath today. And then shift your attention to your physical body and how it shifts and moves with the breath. So you start to notice the way your belly rises and falls as you breathe in and out. And start to really experience that as an entire expansion of the upper body on the inhale. And then that contraction and release of the upper body on the exhale. So feel your whole body fill and expand on the inhale, belly, rib cage, and chest. And as you exhale, let all of the air leave the body. And feel yourself settling just a little bit deeper as you release. Now take a few more breaths just like this on your own. Now bring to mind an image of a full, bright moon in the sky. So a dark sky with a bright, full moon shining. And on your next exhale, let your mind run through those phases of the moon as you watch it go all the way down to darkness in the new moon. And on the inhale, watch that moon wax all the way back up to full and bright. So with each inhale and exhale, we're watching the phases of the moon go by as the moon goes from full and starts to lose its light from one end, moving down through 3/4 and half, 1/4, and new. And the inhales bring us from that dark new moon to 1/4, to half, to 3/4, and back to that bright full moon. And you're just envisioning this in any way that makes sense for you. Maybe it's even just a sense of it if you can't quite get that full image of that shift and that change with each breath. That's okay. Each inhale, as our upper body fills and expands, that moon is going from new to full through all of the phases in between. And with each exhale, as our body empties and contracts, the moon goes from full back down to new and dark through all of the phases in between. Continue to breathe, breathing those phases of the moon. Each inhale ending in a full, bright moon. And each exhale ending in a dark, new moon. Let your breath be slow and steady so these phases don't have to be at the blink of an eye. Maybe we can really witness that shift, that change, all of those phases in between full and new moon. Every breath, there is shift, there is change. And even though those phases might seem subtle and hard to spot when we're watching them as they occur, they end in something very obvious and clear, a change that has occurred. Maintain that focus on the breath and on the image of the moon moving through its phases. After your next exhale, allow yourself to release the image of the moon. And you can just breathe naturally, noticing how you feel, if it's different than before we started. Maybe it's not. Just noticing. Begin to slowly invite just a little bit of movement into your body, whatever feels good and natural here. Some little wiggles, stretches, hugs, whatever it might be. And when you feel ready, allowing your eyes to float very slowly open, slowly taking in the light, slowly arriving back in the present moment, in the space you're in with your body. And just remembering that, like the moon, we are always phasing. We are always creating subtle shifts and changes in our lives that can add up to something big even though we don't see it as it's happening. Thanks so much for joining me for this meditation. If you enjoyed it, I've got lots of other videos available for you. Go subscribe to the channel, you can follow along. And in the description of this video, I'll be linking to my website, to my shop of intentional crystal products, and to social media where you can also join me.